Now, the last thing you need when you've lost your first 2 games is to face one of your bogey sides. Well, that's what happened to Ian Dowie's Charlton, who've never beaten Bolton at the Valley in the Premiership's history. There to cast an eye over his new teammates was Bolton's record new signing Nicholas Anelka, clearly enthused by the prospect. Dan O'Hagan saw this one.
Into D.Bent, quick feet from the England man. And Haim for Stelios Yiannakopoulos in bags of room on this near side. In the middle is Davies. Yiannakopoulos, super play. Decent cross for Diouf to volley. Over the top from El Hadj Diouf. It was lovely wing play from Stelios Yiannakopoulos though. Rose and Davies was leaning into Ryderson. Davies claims the decision should have gone the other way. Referee Mike Dean is unimpressed. Well, the arm came across the face there of Ryderson, didn't it? All those have been very much the talk of the Premiership this week. Andy Reid, so the stretching now. Davies, he's got Yiannakopoulos in so much room on this near side. Stelios Yiannakopoulos in on goal. Yiannakopoulos just checks back with El Khoury. And still, he took too long, didn't he? He waited and simply took too much time. And a clear chance for Bolton Wanderers has been squandered by Stelios Yiannakopoulos. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Hasselbank still going, Andy Fye is square. Here's Ambrose, super save Jääskeläinen! Bent off the line, Ambrose, surely, yes! But no! Offside flag is raised. Phil Sharp on the far side was quick with the flag to deny Darren Ambrose. As the ball comes through, here he's onside. Good save by Jääskeläinen, but second time there has to be 2 defenders between the attacker and the goal, and there's just one there, isn't there? Davies. Davies is a very angler and abrasive centre forward, and the Charlton man here is down on the deck. It's El Khoury who he jumped with. Well, the arm has come out again, hasn't it, the elbow? Here's Diouf. Faced by Ryderson. Diouf slips away from him as well, finds Gary Speed. Stelios Yiannakopoulos, free header wide. He's had the chances, hasn't he? Great play by Diouf to fashion the chance. And he's onside, he's level. Should have done better. Missed by Ryderson. Now, what action here? Red card! Clearly the referee saw an elbow raised by Herman Ryderson. It caught Davies. Well, those two have had a battle all afternoon. Ryderson said he used the arms as leverage. Well, the replay will make really interesting viewing. Well, did the right arm come out from Ryderson? Yes, it did. Good call. Free kick has gone the way of the home team. Nicky Hunt, the man penalised for Bolton Wanderers. Andy Reid's ball in, and the header comes in. It's not too far away either. El Khoury rose well. His last goal came 18 months ago, El Khoury. El Khoury has come on wearing Jimmy Traore's shirt for the second half. Now, he's going to have to find his own from somewhere. You can't change your name that fast. It is El Khoury wearing 22 in the name of Traore. There's only 2 Jimmy Traores. Aha, the missing shirt. El Khoury has his own name and number back. Now some room for Ivan Campo to work in, and he looks for El Hadj Diouf with a run. This is Diouf, away from Fye. Referee says penalty. Now, could there be a second red card here for Andy Fye? Now, what action does the referee take? It was a clear goal-scoring chance if you apply the letter of the law. Had a firm hold of the back of Juve, who in fairness did tumble. It's only yellow. Elhaj Juve. Saved by Carson. Really good block, and he kicks it away as well. Scott Carson all smiles. A really high quality save from the young goalkeeper. He turns 21 next week. Big future for him. Big save this for Charlton. Reed for Hasselbank, for Andy Reid again. For Darren Bent, who's looking for the penalty. He's got the penalty. Tal Ben-Haim with the shirt pull. It's a yellow card for the Israeli. It is a penalty for Charlton. Kishishev's ball clipped through, and Bent had his shirt pull there by Tal Ben-Haim. And the 10 men of Charlton with a chance. Darren Bent against Jääskeläinen. Bent scores. Bent succeeds where Juve failed and converts the penalty. And the 10 men of Charlton have taken the lead against adversity. They hit the front. Davis with Fye. Fye is writhing around holding his face, and Davis is going to get a card here. He's off. Davis will join Ryderson in the dressing room. Those who live by the sword die by the sword. Knocked on by Hasselbank to Darren Bent here to finish it off. Yes! Darren Bent second, Charlton second, and they are 2 goals clear now. Charlton have doubled their lead with 5 minutes left for play, and surely now there is no way back for Bolton Wanderers, and no stopping Charlton getting their first win under the Ian Dowie regime. Campo into Kevin Nolan. Nolan, Idan Tal, lofted towards goal, super save Scott Carson. He's had a fine afternoon. And that's a top draw save. He just scooped the ball away with his fingertips. That's the game's final action. A game which was full of talking points has finished with Ian Dowie's first win in charge of Charlton Athletic there. Season is off and running.
When you come in and you try and do things the way you think should be done, and into a new club that's been successful under the previous manager, you need a result to pull it down what you're trying to do. So, yeah, I thought what was delighted me about was the character of the lads. I mean, from 1 to 10, or their character shone out like a beacon for me. I thought some of our performances were huge under a lot of pressure.
Our failure in front of goal today has cost us really, really heavily.
Almost the sort of game that would have been made for an Elka.
Well, I'm glad that Nicholas saw us today on just how many chances we can create away from home in the Premiership, and I think that it'll be very exciting in getting into the side and playing with us. And a player like him today, I would have thought maybe he'd even got 2 or 3 goals quite easily. That's what we bought him for, and hopefully he can be that last piece in the jigsaw to help us become better than what we were. And certainly when we're dominating a game like this, get something out of it by scoring, and then hopefully by taking the 3 points.
I wanted to get off to a good start. I think that's the key in any season. I mean, last season I got off to a good start, managed to score a lot of goals in my first couple of games, and that sort of set me in good stead for the season. I'd managed to do it again now, and hopefully I can kick on from there.
I think that Ryderson's was a deliberate elbow, and because the referee had sent him off, I think when Kevin's arm did strike, I think it was Andy Fay in the face, he decided to even it up. I don't think Kevin's was intentional. I think he jumps with his arms to create the lift and the lever to go and head the ball, and because he's caught him in the face, I think the referee decided he needed to even it up.
Well, we'll come to the elbows shortly. Massive win for Charlton though, and Ian Dowie, who certainly enjoyed it after.
Well, it's been a tough start for him, going in there trying to stamp his authority on a football club that's been run by Mr. Kerbishley for a long time, West Ham and Man United, and he desperately needed a home win today, and I thought his players done ever so well for him today, and a lot of the pressure's now off him.
Yeah, certainly is. No, there seems to me there were more elbows on show at the Valley than the National Arm Wrestling Championships. It was extraordinary today.
Why are you asking me about elbows for, Gary?
I wonder why that was.
This is the first sending off here, Heriderson on Davis. It's such a tough call for the referee. I mean, he has led with his elbow there and sent it off. And Davis here on Andy Fay again, where he's backed in, the elbow's gone. But this is an earlier one where Davis has gone on into Heriderson. I mean, that could have led to a red card as well. And another one, Kevin Davis again. It's so difficult for referees to get this call right, because as a centre forward playing, not that you'd know about going for headers and leading with elbows, but I would, and haven't done it for years. It is tough because you have to raise your arms, and it's difficult because it's not as if players all the time are going like that. No. You have to use your arms to climb up and head the ball, and it is a difficult call for referees.
But of all weeks after what happened with Thatcher and Mendes this week, it's always going to be the case with referees today, wasn't it?
What about D.Bent? He's looking. He talks about Andy Johnson looking good for England. He's back in the squad. Bent too, showing fine form at the beginning of the season. I suppose it's between those two and probably Defoe, who plays with Crouch.
Well, Defoe had the nod against Greece, but as a centre forward, what you need to do at the beginning of the season is get off to a good start. Both D.Bent and Andy Johnson have done that, and D.Bent today was very, very impressive.
Difficult choice for Steve McLaren. Right, that leaves just